Farms. I'm Dot, also known as Knittin' Wolf.
And I'm James, also known as Wolf Photo. This podcast is brought to you by Wolf Farms. You can find us on the internet at wolffarms.net. We have a scent of the month every month, and for the month of August, we are celebrating summer with the scent of coconut. So you can get 25% off anything in our shop that is in that scent or flavor, and that's our lotions, soaps, lip balms, bath salts, candles, the works, 25% off. Plus we have other sale items that you can check in our shop for, and I'm sure you'll find something you'll like, so swing on by and check that out. Want to welcome new viewers. Thanks for checking us out, and I want to thank returning viewers for coming back and enjoying the show.
I thought, what's going on?
Ooh. So TMI. Yeah, I know. See, thanks for putting up with us.
Yeah. Now I'm turning red. I can feel it.
Yeah. So, what's happening?
This week's segments include farm happenings, what's cooking in the coop, flown the coop, to market, squeal like a pig, picking on the farm, in the arena, what the duck, and round up.
Round up. So let's get the show on the road with the farm happenings.
I've just felt like poo all week.
Yeah. Yeah, I know you've been kind of dragging all week. So.
Kind of cold allergy, I don't know what.
Yeah, something.
Yeah.
Ever since you've been eating the more vegetable, less carb kind of thing, you haven't had issues with your sinuses much at all.
This week it's wham.
Yeah, so hopefully you'll be feeling better next week.
It doesn't stop me.
Yeah,
that's going to drive me nuts. I don't know why that's doing that.
Yeah, well, stop looking at yourself in the camera. So I'll let you get things started off with our year 3.
Oh, yeah. This is our 2nd anniversary of the podcast, so we're heading into our 3rd year. Woo-hoo.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're on 105.
Yeah. So I guess last episode would have been our, end of the 2nd year, and we're into the start of the 3rd year.
Third.
Yeah.
Yep. So we're why are you looking at me? So we're last year we had random active prizes, and this year we're going to kind of do the same thing. We haven't thought of a cool name or anything yet, but I'm going to open a thread, because I want it to be for those who watch the podcast and and are involved in it for a chance to win prizes. And there will be a prize drawn each week randomly from the thread. And so go comment in there. It'll probably be tell us what
your favorite part of the podcast or something along those lines.
Favorite moment or what you would like to see.
We're still bouncing this off, we've been talking about it and trying to come up with, okay, how are we going to do this? But I think we're going to do, a weekly prize giveaway
throughout August.
So, and so we'll open up a thread and probably have something, tell us your favorite part of the podcast or, what
favorite
made you
moment,
laugh or, but something related to the podcast because this is celebrating our podcast. So we want to make sure that that if you're going to get a prize, that it's because you are watching us and enjoying the podcast. So yeah, just look for that thread and tell us what you think.
With over 3,400 members, is that about
3,500 members.
Yeah, somewhere around
make
there.
Sure that,
we want you involved. And
yeah.
So there will be some Regia sock yarn. There will be some Drops Superwash Delight. It's kind of like a progressive, which would be perfect for a shawl. There will be pattern magnets. There'll be, I call these yarn bras, but yarn cozies for your yarn. So, and if we have a lot, we'll just see.
We'll see how many
what
people we
I
got, and
dig
we'll
up.
we want to make sure.
Probably a gift certificate, and
yeah. So
maybe there'll even be 2 prizes a week. It just
we'll
all
see.
depends.
See how much involvement we get, and you could get something. So hop on in, tell us what you think, and you might be a winner.
Yeah.
So, what else?
Randy.
Oh, yeah.
Friday.
My farm happenings.
Yeah.
Friday I was out and I was cleaning out the animal pens and stuff. And Randy's usually a pretty good guy. He's my buddy.
He's our Vietnamese potbelly pig. So
Yeah.
if you're a new viewer, so.
He's my buddy. And so, I go in there and I give him, some love, and he'll lay down and let me rub his belly, and he talks to me while I'm in there. And usually he's pretty good. But Friday, I clean up his coop, and I'm, wheelbarrowing out getting all the tools out. And I usually leave the gate open because he doesn't ever know the gate's there. He knows his area, and except Friday, he decided he was going to run away. Not really run, but he wandered out of his pen while I was cleaning up, and he was being difficult. He didn't want to turn around, and he started fighting some of the chicken feed, and I'm like, And so after,
Because the term stubborn as a pig?
Yeah. If there's food around.
Yeah, he's not going to budge.
If I'm holding food, which is usually, that's how we move him from place to place, is I just hold food out and he follows me. That didn't work because he must have liked the chicken feed that was on the ground, and he was going to town with that. I'm like, how am I going to get it back in? Because he's going to fight me, And so I managed, I took a little broom and I scooped up all the chicken feed and put it into a shovel and had him follow the shovel as I drug it all the way back into his pen. So it was pretty funny because he was, we kind of fooled him into getting back in there, but.
And if you follow me on Instagram, I actually did a couple little videos of it because you just see that his little tail goes 90 miles to nut, and he's a very happy pig. Yeah,
he sits for his treats, so we have him trained, so he'll sit down and we give him his treats. And so I was trying to get the food to lure him back into his pen, and so you videoed part of that, and then you videoed him following the shovel of feed into his pen, and then he finally got recaptured. But he was being ornery. Good old Randy. But yeah, he's my buddy, so I gotta.
He's not mine because I got him wet last year.
Yeah, he doesn't like getting wet. He likes mud. He'll lay in it, but he doesn't like the water being sprayed on him. So
no,
and
they don't forget.
Yeah,
ever.
So he's now my pet.
Yes.
So, but and then let's see. So Saturday I went up. We have some property up in the Hatchme Mountains. We went up there. We had to go do some maintenance stuff on the property because there's a fire like a little over a year ago that came up and basically burnt everything up there. We lost buildings and stuff, and there was some stuff that was still up there. We have some equipment and stuff that some tractors and whatnot that are still up there that didn't get burned because the fire service was able to drop some retardant around there, but we had a building and the tractors and stuff were fine. But someone told us that someone had broken into our property, and so we had to go up there and re-secure. They had actually knocked down the gate or took the gate off its hinges.
And this
and
is
stuff.
Not just a gate; it's hung with telephone poles.
Yeah, it's a pretty heavy
huge.
gate. So we had to, but someone that was up there told us that someone broke in. So I mean, we pretty much determined that the fire was a total loss, and so it wasn't a big deal about the couple remaining things that were up there. We just kind of wrote off everything as a loss, anyways. But we didn't want them damaging the tractors because those are still functional, but we had to go up and get the gate up there, and so that was what we did Saturday. When I was up there, I'll talk about it in Picking on Farm, but I saw some stuff worth taking pictures of. Mm-hmm. But if you follow me on my Instagram, you already know. But
and your wolf photos on Instagram, you had to add the S.
Yeah, with the S on the end. Some wolf photo stole my name, and they don't even use the account. But what is it? What do you gotta do? They said the early bird gets the worm, right? Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, so that was my my week, and
it's flown by. It's like shoo.
Yep, shoo, just like that.
Yeah, and this coming week, I actually get to go judge the fair again. I've been doing it for, 5 years now?
You've been involved for
At
quite a
least.
while.
Yeah.
Just make sure you go into the right building.
Yes, one year they were having a huge
They were using the fairgrounds as a
gang
gathering
drug
head.
bust.
Well, they were using it to process. They were just like doing some drug bust out in our area, and were using that as like a processing center for all the gang people that they were bringing in. I'm like, so they were like shoveling them here. And Don,
There's FBI. There's every police, highway patrol, sheriffs, FBI, CIA. I mean, you name it, they were all there.
I don't know where they must have gone through and collected them all up. That was the central point. And Don, not knowing any better, walked right into where they're
No
from.
one stopped me.
So
I mean,
that was
they
good.
had the guys handcuffed on the ground in their underwear, searching them, and
Yeah, that's my wife. So
they were going to put me to work because I go, well, I'm supposed to judge the fair. Where's all the knitting?
hopefully
Leave it
not
to
this
me.
year. I know, but I when I was coming back from Tehachapi, I noticed that they have all the fair stuff getting ready, the carnival rides there, the Ferris wheel and stuff. So yeah, they're getting all set up. They used to be like 2 weeks, and I think they've made it like now longer or something like that.
I think it's 11 days.
Is it 11 days still? I thought they had made it longer, but I don't know. It's coming up. Dawn gets to go. She gets the preview of all the knitting stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
It's
Yeah, if I
always
needed it.
entertaining.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So, what's cooking? Last night we had some asparagus, and so we should have made the whole batch because all night long I wanted more of it.
Well, you were going back and forth like, oh, should I save? Should I only do half? And should I
Yeah.
do the whole thing? I'm like,
Because I had a whole bushel, but we were having other stuff.
food, and I'm like, oh, well, you don't need to cook it all. We can have some 2 nights in a row because we usually, we cook, and then the next
Leftovers.
night we have the leftovers and cook fresh vegetables with it and stuff. And I'm like, well, just do the asparagus. It tastes better when it's fresh than when you're reheating. I'm like, well, just do that. So she cooked half of it. She's like, oh, I should have cooked the whole thing.
And I am such a kid. This is finger food. It's like French fries, Same with the Brussels sprouts. I can't eat it with a fork. I should dig in with my hand. I'm a cave girl. What's that, paleo? I am taking it to the fullest extent. Anyways, with the asparagus, I turned the oven on 450, had the air conditioner running. And you clean the asparagus, you lay it in a Corningware dish, and then you toss it with olive oil and a little bit of pepper, and you bake that for 15 minutes, and then you pull it out and you just sprinkle with some Parmesan cheese, and boom, it is so yummy. You got to eat it with your fingers.
I know, you were having fun with it
Yes, I
last
was.
night, playing with your food.
Yep.
So, yeah, no, it's good. Good stuff.
Yum. Gonna go get more.
Yeah, it's our trip up to our
That's
indoor
all-
farmer's market.
Yep.
Ben's Corner.
And it's almost time to plant asparagus. So, gotta find some asparagus to plant.
Yeah, got to find a new location for your garden, too.
Yeah.
We'll see. Yeah, I'm going to move next year I'm going to move where we have the garden located over by where our greenhouse is, because I'm going to plant grass out where we have the garden going. So I got to start thinking the stuff that has to grow over the winter. If you're planting anything, I don't know if you got anything that's going to go through the winter. We'll have to start over there, because I'm going to start in fall.
Well, I've got to consult with my guru.
Your garden
Phyllis
guru, huh?
Sonoma Knits. What do I plant for them?
Yeah, because I'm going to
I'm
start.
just going to go live with her.
Yeah. She's always got great pictures of all the stuff she's got growing in her garden. So
Yum.
yeah, so fall I'll be doing, putting sprinkler pipe and getting ready to do more of our backyard stuff, because focus on the front yard. Now it's time to do some in the
I
back.
don't go in the front yard.
I know. So so time to do up the backyard, and I got to start working on expanding out our lake, and all of that. I've got it. The gears are turning in my mind, so I'm sure you'll
Well, we
hear.
really went off track, didn't we? What's cooking?
That's back to like
I
the
know.
future farm. See, maybe we should put that on our thing of future farm happenings. But I'll
That'd be kind
get
of
it
what's
back on
the
track.
duck, huh?
It could
Coming
be,
up.
yeah. So
So in the coop, this week, I have two things. Probably would have only had one, but that was not it. I'm doing the Lullaby Rain Shawl by Paula Emmons Feasley, Knitting Pipeline Podcast. And this is out of Quince & Co. Chickadee that I was gifted from Carolyn, call Shirley. And I cannot tell you enough how much I just love this yarn. See, the sound
Love
effects
this.
have to go with it. And I did the third week, I think it's called. The third week of and it's all bunched and scrunched on here, but this is the leaf portion.
you need some paper behind that.
Does that help? Because I can't see nothing.
Yep. That
Okay.
helps a little bit.
So that's the third week's worth. And there's the...
Do you have to do a longer cable?
I'm not going to.
No,
It's
you
fine.
just squish it because it's
Yeah.
squishier.
And so, yeah, that's size 6 double points. And
Hiya,
I
hiya.
guess I could, yes, hiya only. See, some of you are actually starting to listen to me about these needles. Your Chow Poo.
Chiagu.
I know it was.
Chow goo, or what do you?
It's Chow Goo. I said Chow Poo.
Oh,
Because they're pooey, because they break, they suck to
Yeah.
do a magic loop on. I don't like them. Can you tell? And I've been telling nitpicks, they fall apart. Well, so do the signatures. Hiya sharps.
not a problem. Since
People
you got
are
'em.
starting to find listening.
Yeah.
Started using them, and they even went and ordered more, huh? Vicky? I just love this bag. It just makes me so happy.
Yeah.
And there's tons of room in there.
That's the medium.
Yeah, this
batch.
is the medium bird leg bags
Mm-hmm.
from Sun Daisy 920. I just stare at it, it makes me smile. The simple things just make me so happy. And then that just reminded me of Nutty Professor. And then
I'll talk about off topic.
I know, leave it to me. So I got an email. Amazon. And then this is in my Ginger Absolute Wonder bag. Because since I'm going to go judge for the fair, it can get boring.
Yeah,
So
you gotta
I
wait
need-
for.
I need knitting. And this is Knitter's Nightmare, Yarns and Fibers, Skeleton Sock 100% Superwash Merino in the Dawn's Morning Watermelon. And this is Sadie Blue Ruin, it's her yarn. See? And those are intentional white spots. I'll tell you that right now because I know you're saying, oh, there's some white spots. But that is for the watermelon seeds. The safe ones to eat. You're not going to get watermelon growing in your belly. So I kept.
You can get people paranoia after eating watermelon.
I used to think that when I was little. My great grandpa told me, "Oh, don't eat the seeds because you're going to have a big watermelon growing in your belly." Never have ate a seed either.
Yeah.
Spit them out. Aren't you glad that didn't spray?
Yes.
So I started the toe so that I can just knit. So, and I did the Lauren toe, the round toe. So,
Cool.
and it's just going to be random, whatever I feel like doing. I'm doing it magic loop, size 1, hiya sharps, and so yeah, I was going to do a pattern, and I thought, no, I just need it where I can knit in case we have to watch something.
So it'll just be
or-
a sock.
Just a sock, yeah. But it is super squishy.
You gonna do the afterthought heel?
I don't know yet.
Haven't got that far.
No.
Haven't got to the heel yet.
Haven't got to the heel yet, so I don't know if I'll do the afterthought or put in a gusset or I don't know.
See, fly by the seat of your sock. Huh?
Yeah. Is that all in my coop? Yeah. I have a lot of in my coop here and in bags. I'm really feeling the cast on.
I was going to say, I know you've been talking like cast-on-itis is going to hit, and you're going to end up with, you know,
and
6 or 7 projects.
I keep putting things in bags and winding yarn. And
it's inching up closer to the knitting seat. And I didn't do any knitting, so I don't have anything to show. It's the same stuff.
But you've done other crafty endeavors.
Yes, I've been busy.
So, before I forget, I always forget, spinning. I have spun. I'm actually spinning. I have no idea what I'm actually spinning, but it's the same colors as this. It's turquoises, and it feels merino-ish. But there's no tag. It was a gift, and and so I have no idea what it is.
You don't know
but
whose it is, or
no. But I'm going to be combining it with some fat cat knits that has the same blue, but it's more like sand colors. So I'm going to combine the 2 4 ounces to make an 8 ounce 2-ply. Yeah. So I did a wee bit.
A wee
bit, not much.
No, that's good. It looks good. You've been in a blue mode, so that goes right along with that. So
matches my eyes.
Yes, it does. And you dress plainly.
I know. Well, I keep seeing that. I hate wrinkles.
Maybe. Close your eyes. Don't look.
I know. I'm like, let me go iron myself real quick.
Yeah.
It wasn't there when I put it on.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the shadow, honey. That's all.
Oh, is that all that is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, what you got for flown the coop?
I'm going to do a dance. Flown. I do. Well, since I'm talking about spinning, I finished the Be Myself, and this is another one that I don't know. It's a merino silk. I do, because I can feel that, but it was one that she gave me at when we hung out. And I got 14 wraps per inch, 2-ply, 160 yards. So it's really, really pretty.
It's cool. Color combination.
I love barber pole. I squeal when it actually barber poles. So, yeah.
Pretty cool.
It's pretty. This will probably go in the shop whenever we get around to putting things in the shop. So,
yeah. Have to.
Yeah, it was fun.
Work on that. I think
merino silk's always yummy to work with.
Yeah, I think there's a couple of them that we gotta get pictured and put up in the shop. Yeah, so maybe I'll do that today and get those in the shop. So we might have some hand spun in the shop for next week.
Yeah.
So.
And then another finished. I told you I was going to have this as a finished object.
Determination.
This is the Twilight pattern by Melissa Morgan Oakes. It's out of the 2 at a Time sock book, except I did it 1 at a time. So, now I've got the hiccups. So
that'll be entertaining.
Yeah, I know, huh? And this is with Dancing Dog Dye Works in the Dawn Stripe colorway. And I did, there's my Dickie Doo. So I did the heel and all the way down in the toe. So I finished up that one so I could enter it in the knitting game. Finish your oldest pair of socks, because these I started last October. So
they're aged to perfection.
Yeah.
Huh?
Marinated or fermented or so. Yeah, they're pretty much the same.
Pretty close.
This toe's a little greener.
Yeah.
More. They're that close.
That's it.
So yeah, these are really fun. I'll get that really close so you can see the.
Oh, you turn it that way, you can see the ribbing.
Yeah, I loved
stretchy?
That was fun. I guess I'll get them right on the. So, yep, another pair of socks.
Yeah, you've been staying busy.
Yep.
So, 2 market.
Wow, it's just.
We're just flying right along, I know.
2 market. 2 market. Susan, Desert Vista. This is going to be the Desert Vista Dye Work show. She returned from SSK and had a few extra skeins of colorways that she dyed specifically for SSK. And, once they're gone out of her shop, they're gone. And I had seen someone had bought this one. I'm like, oh, Susan, which colorway is that? And she had told me, and I'm like, oh. Well, this is one of them that she put up. And I left it for a day. I thought, someone from SSK kind of wanted it, if they were there and thought, oh, darn, I should have got that. I kind of left it, and then by the next day, I'm like, you're out of luck. It's her Viso Bay Superwash Merino nylon 462 yards in the Boot Scootin' colorway. One, I love that song. And that was one of the first line dances I learned. So I'm sure Curry Kagi knows that one too. So one of these years we'll have to have a boot scooting person. But the colors are just so pretty. Yeah, I had to have it.
Cool.
Yeah. And I don't know is this a striping? I don't even know. No, I don't think it is. I think it's just one of her variegated. She's got her Halloween ones up now. And her Iceland, because she does different travels.
No.
She's got some Iceland colorways. She needs to stop being so awesome.
It's so hard. You look at her shop.
Hard. I know. Yeah.
Gotta get that.
Yeah, the Halloween zombie. Somebody loves you. It's like, oh man, dang you,
You know what that means? It means holiday season's right around the corner.
Yeah, I know.
So
maybe I should knit some Christmas socks, huh? Because usually the stores, they just skip all that. So, like a pig. See, this is where I said it's a Susan show. This went to the post office because I was wondering kind of where this was. And she goes, you haven't got it yet? She thought I was being rude. But she had actually sent it to the post office, so I went up there. And first thing in our actual box was a gift from Susan that she had got me from, well, they're both gifts, but this is a gift. She, at SSK, because the vendors get to shop first, so she went to another crafty girl and got me You're My Bestie. And this is 2 colorways meant for each other. And you can either have mismatched socks or do stripes in like a shawl. And this is the Gamut colorway and...
Gray Skies.
Oh, Gray Skies. But it is so pretty. And it was just so sweet of her.
Pretty awesome.
So, yeah. I have no idea what to do with it yet, but it's just...
It'll come to you.
Yeah. So pretty. And then I'm just shoving everything.
Yeah.
And then this is what I knew was coming. This is the SSK Summers of Scarlett Bennett Shawl Kit. And it comes in this bag. There. And that's, she had that done. So all these goodies came in this bag. And she has the pattern, part of the pattern, because it's a big old honkin' pattern. It's scaring me. Big old honking cast on, too. That's why it's not cast on yet. Yep, we have till September 30th for this knit along.
Get cracking.
I know. And she explains what each of the things in here mean on this. And then I'm sure you've already seen this on some of the podcasts. She has a little sandwich reusable bag. And there's a stitch marker that was tucked away in there. That's too cute to put I don't eat sandwiches anyways, but there's that. And here's her information before I forget. She's always linked though. And then she has a little ball jar that has the Nashville map, and it came with some fiber. I asked her where the lightning bug was. I've never seen one of them.
Yeah.
She could have stuck one in here. She's slacking. And then she has the stitch markers, because I think this pattern takes a lot of these. So, and there's quite a few in there. And then she had a notepad. The notepad, it's the outside of the arches, the windows, and a pen. And then the most awesomest thing. We did an exclusive travelable candle for her, and passion flower is the Tennessee state flower, because her whole thing was Nashville, Tennessee. So this was the state flower, so we got special scent. Can you smell?
Scratch the
Scratch
screen.
Yeah. And so that was included in the kit, and we have a few of these left over, so we're going to be using these as some prizes for this knit along that we're having, because we're not going to be carrying these in the shop. It's an exclusive only to Susan, so we have a few left that we're going to be using in the shop. And then she, of course, had the yarn for the pattern, and it's in her Voyeur,
sure.
or Voyeur. It's a Voyeur. That dirty,
Yeah, now we
dirty girl.
did.
It's in her Voyeur base.
Bois.
Susan, you're gonna have to really tell me how to pronounce this, because now you're a Voyeur.
Yeah. You're gonna get a reputation.
Yeah. I know that, Susan. So, 100% superwash merino wool, 490 yards in the, there's more yardage than that. I think it's 525. Summer tide. And guess what color I picked?
There you go. We'll put the name up there and you pronounce it for yourself.
So, look at, isn't that so pretty? So we're having this knit along with Girlfriends Knitting, Savvy Girls Podcast, Knits by Bits Design, us, and Desert Vista Dye Works. And I've been asked if they have to use Desert Vista Dye Work for this pattern. In our group, you do not. But if you're entering in Desert Vista Dye Works, yes, it needs to be in her yarn. And I don't know the rules that Carolyn or Penny are using for their group. So our group, you can use any yarn, but it has to be that pattern. It has to be the Summers at Scarrett Bennett pattern. And see, I got it wound up. Yes, I see.
Yes,
I told you I wound.
You've been good. You've been holding off.
But I've been holding off. But it didn't stay in the skein. I couldn't resist. I had to touch it and feel it and have it run through my hands.
It's like having a toy and not being able to play with it.
Yeah.
Huh?
Well, once I saw that it was noodles of cast on, I thought I can wait until I'm done with this other shot. So I'm trying to think if that's all for that. And she also threw this in. It's not part of the kit, but she had thrown this in for me, the Ply magazine. So I haven't even looked at it yet, so that was exciting. She'd asked if I had it yet, so she spoils me.
Yeah.
Spoils me rotten. She's gonna
Lots of good stuff.
smack me for calling her a boy. She loves me. Where am I? Picking on the farm.
Oh.
I almost skipped you because you don't see there's nothing written there, so I delete you.
Yeah. See, there's no notes on there because you do the show notes. But okay, well, on to picking on the farm then. Actually, this last week or so, we've had some really awesome clouds. I said I mentioned this I think last week about the clouds. Adding interest to the sky and it just gives something visually stunning. And the last week or so, we've had winds that have whipped them up and just made some really awesome formations of the clouds.
Which is very unusual.
Yeah,
for
we
us
don't
to have clouds.
We're desert.
Yeah.
We're desert, and we don't get clouds because we don't get rain. But when, the last week it must have been, some storm or system in the area that we've just been getting these days of just this awesome, it's like whipped clouds. I mean, just really, stunning cloud formation.
Like
so,
I've been in a Vitamix.
Yes.
I've got to throw that in. I've been hinting for one.
Yeah, I know. So anyway, the last, a couple nights during the week, I was like, oh, I got to go. So I pack up my photo gear and I head on out and I travel out and about. And one of the things, we live in the desert and a lot of it is just brown. But one of the things that I like about our area here is there is actually a lot of farming. There's a lot of agricultural farming. They do carrots and they do alfalfa and onions and, there's a variety of things that they grow and they just, square miles of stuff. So I'm heading out east, out past, heading towards the east, trying to catch the clouds, and I'm kind of chasing them to try and place them in an area that I can, put something of interest in front of you on the ground and up with the sky and stuff. And so, I headed out, and there's a large alfalfa, ranches and stuff out on the east side. So I'll get out there, and right now is when they're doing, it's growing really well. So I stopped at a couple places there, and I was able to get some really, really nice pictures. Because alfalfa, when it's ready to cut, it's got these lavender flowers that come up, and that's how they know when it's time to actually cut the alfalfa. So they'll come through and they'll cut it and do it in rows, and then they bale it up for the horses or cows or goats. We get alfalfa for our goats. But it's really stunning because it's got the dark green, and then you get the lavender flowers, and then the blue sky, and the whirly, swirly clouds up in the sky. So stop there and...
Whirly, swirly gumdrops.
Well, that's like I said, it's just some awesome cloud formations, and there's times that we won't see clouds for weeks. You see a little puff here, a little puff there, and this last week has just been every day. It's like, oh, I got to go take pictures. So I'd gone out and done that, and kind of exploring. I like to go in areas that I haven't been before, just to see if there's something new of interest. You'd be surprised at what you can find out in the middle of the desert sometimes. But I was coming back, and I think this was Friday. Was this Friday? Must have been Friday. Coming back Friday, and had been out and about and was taking pictures, and was coming back, and I'm like, wow, that looks like sand dunes. We don't have sand dunes in Lancaster. Not that I was aware, and there's like a big area that's like a big sand dune out, so I actually stopped the car, and I actually hiked up and over, and I have a big old area that's like a big sand dune. It must never notice it. It's like 1.5 miles from our house. But so I got pictures of that. It's like, ooh, this reminds me. I don't have to drive 4 hours to Death Valley to take pictures of sand dunes. I got them right around the corner. So I took some pictures out there, and it was just really good because, like I said, it's unusual for us to get clouds like that and it was just all week long. It was like one after the other, and then the sunsets at night when the sun, starts heading down, they just light up. I didn't get any pictures, so I wasn't out taking pictures at sunset because I had to come home and cook dinner. But
night.
Yeah, huh?
It was your night.
Yeah, it was my night to cook. So, but then and then when we were up in Tehachapi on the mountains, when we were going up there, I always bring my camera because there's wild horses that roam up there and always stuff of interest, and it's been kind of
Have you even seen we've seen wild goats because I thought it was a unicorn.
No.
Remember that?
No, but there's wild stuff all over the place. Because we used to camp up there. That it's kind of sad. The fire kind of ruined the it was like it was nice. It was all pine trees up there, and it was very because it's at about 6,500 foot elevation, and so it's pine. And in the winter time, it gets snow and. It was kind of like a playground for us. We go up there, and we used to have some ATCs and quads that were stored up there, and a trailer that we stayed in, and all of that burned up, unfortunately. It was pretty much a total loss, but we used to camp out there in the night. There's one picture that I have on my Instagram of the star trails that you may have seen if you follow me on Instagram. It's basically 6 or 8 hour long exposure, and it's just, you see all the stars rotating in the sky. Well, that was actually taken up on the property up in Tehachapi. And so that was pretty neat. But I always take my camera up there. And when we were coming up, we came up we're getting close to the property on the road and come across deer. There's a doe with 2 of her fawn following behind. And they didn't spook when we stopped. And so, I thought, I get a picture from the car just in case they run, but then I could get out, and they move away. They wouldn't pose for me. I tried to get them to pose, but they wouldn't do that. But so they kind of were moving around, and then they went down on the other side of the hill. But I did manage to get some pictures of them, so it was pretty awesome because I like to see them. You worry that the fire comes through and the effect it has, but we still see the deer coming through, which is neat to see. So glad I brought my camera because I was able to get that and share with you. If you follow me on Instagram, I try and put up at least 1 picture a day. And that's kind of been my goal, is to keep some pictures.
I think you've had fun with it.
Yeah, I do, because I get to dig through, all my, gives me an excuse to play with my photography stuff. So, but yeah, like I said, Wolf Photos, WOLFEPHOTOS on Instagram, and then like I said, I put pictures up there. But I put pictures of like my alfalfa farming pictures and stuff I put up after I'd gone out, and then the sand dunes and stuff. So I try and
put up a couple of these on the podcast.
Yeah, I plan on inserting some of those. So, anyways, but yeah, I've just been out and about trying to capture the skies that we don't see on a regular basis.
It's his work in progress and finished objects too, huh?
Yeah, so that's all I had for picking on the farm. But the point being is if you see an unusual occurrence, natural or otherwise, stop and take a picture of it, because you won't ever get a chance to go back. It's never going to happen again the same way. That's the thing with the clouds. They're different all the time. They change. You could stand there for 15 minutes and they will change on you. I've been chasing clouds. I mentioned this last week about chasing the clouds to try and get out there. And, if you don't get it when it's happening, you won't get it. And so, if you're out there and you have your camera or your phone handy and you see something that strikes you as interesting, just take a picture of it. And then you can capture it and, enjoy it. So that I think is it for picking on the farm. But, I'm sure you'll enjoy those pictures down the road if you stop and take them, instead of thinking, man, I wish I took that picture. Because I do that sometimes. Like that. So let me flick it back to you.
So in the arena, we have our Summer of Stuffies, SOS, still going on till the end of August. And for that, we have prizes donated from Girlfriends Knitting, some stitch markers, and she has a coupon code, Summer 2013, for 20% off orders over $5. So that's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. And we have bags from Absolute Wonder that she donated. And these are 2 bags that you could win for the Stuffy Along, which I've shown those. I've already did What the Duck.
You did well,
I did most of What the Duck. We have had some really awesome response to the soccer along. It just makes me chuckle. That's October, November, December.
And you'll be knitting socks along with the
See, it even follows with the podcast.
That's it. So that's what our chickens are talking about in the background when you hear them.
They're out there having a soccer along. So we have 2 prizes from Bird Leg Bags, which are 2 $25 gift certificates to her shop. We've had some goodies donated from Cat Loves Socks, and we'll welcome any donations, and so
put it in there, and it's
fun to give away prizes, and we'll have gift certificates from Wolf Farms. So
Yeah, so we're pulling it all together. It'll start in October.
Yay, honey. And I already mentioned the Potiversary prizes. I had that under what the ducks see. I don't follow my notes. And now for Roundup. We had our Hatchin' It July finish. So we have some prizes for that. And for the Wolf Farm gift certificate, the first gift certificate was number 148, which is Bunny Fish. And she knit a cute hat. And she's got an adorable little model here. That's why I had to pull it up really big. So Heather, get in contact with me with your email, and I will send you a Wolf Farm gift certificate. Isn't he a cutie? And I love what she named the hat. Josh made one, so did I. So I did too. I love that smirk he has. My hat. Yeah. And she has the Bunnyfish Crafts podcast on YouTube. And then number 126 is our other Wolf Farm gift certificate. And that is Rose Bob, which is Cindy. And she knit the Queen of Hearts socks. Really pretty little heart socks. So contact me with your email so I can send you your gift certificate. Yay! And then for our sheep dreamery skein that she donates each month goes to number 57, which is Puffy Griffin Claw. And she knit a little leafy accessory bag. It's a really pretty green.
Cool.
And Rose Bob is Rose. I was going ahead. Cindy is Puffy Griffin Claw. I think I switched it around. Duh, Rose Bob. And so Cindy, Puffy Griffin Claw, won Sheep Dreamery skein. And so contact me, and I will get in touch with Kelly. Her shop is closed right now because her grandmother passed away. So, it might be a week before, So,
yeah, so.
I don't, I will let her know, so it might be a little delayed, so. And our thoughts and prayers and go out to Kelly at this time. Girl's
tough.
been through a ringer lately, so. And so that's our prizes: Bunnyfish, Rose Bob, and Puffy Griffin Claw.
Yeah, thanks for
entering. I think we had 349, or it was up there. I can't remember what I punched into my thingy.
And so don't forget, for our Hatchin' It, every month we do a prize giveaway, which we're announcing the winners for last month. Every month we have it where you just put in what you finished knitting. It's not anything specific, so if you finish it up that month, take a picture, post it up in our group, and you could win a prize. So.
And it can be something that you've had on your needles for a year.
It
doesn't matter if you finish it.
If you finish it up, then stick it in, and you can get a prize or two. Prize. You don't get two. But so give that a try. I wanted to thank people for the iTunes reviews. Just want to remind you, if you enjoy watching us and you haven't yet left a review, if you could do that on iTunes, for not just for us, but any of the podcasters. We do this out because we enjoy it, and the feedback we get from iTunes and stuff is encouraging, and makes it seem like we're doing it and you guys are enjoying it. But I just want to thank you for those that have left iTunes reviews, and if you haven't yet, if you take a minute or two to hop on and just say thanks, we appreciate it. Don't forget, we have free Wolf Farm video podcast button for any paid order on Wolf Farms. During your checkout, if you just put in the comment section there that you would like us to send one along, we'd be happy to include that in with your package when we ship it. So you can decorate your knitting bag or your button monster or wherever you want to put that. Just let us know and we'll send one along for you. And I think that's about it. So
I know the table's really full.
Yeah,
It's
it's
just
just-
like, what am I forgetting? I feel like I'm forgetting.
it's like, did we bury something? We got a lot of stuff here. So, but no, I think that wraps it up.
Yeah. Oh. So until next time.
Let's get cracking.
And
Hatch
hatch
it.
it.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.